takes pride in assisting our clients in the next chapter of their lives by taking a holistic approach to their real estate endeavors. We believe that every move should be a moving experience. Every week, my co-host Melissa Wallace and I will provide you with my team's unique marketing approach to selling homes and share with you our expertise in navigating the home buying process. We value the experience of our agents at Boston Connect Real Estate so much that not only will you hear my perspective on real estate topics, occasionally you will hear the expert thoughts and opinions of our experienced agents at Boston Connect Real Estate. Be a part of our roundtable. If you have any questions during the show, please call 781-837-4900.
I think I do too, but I always think my voice is so loud that I just don't. But Tim always says, Tracy, closer to the mic. I know. But I think I'm so loud.
If you would like a one-on-one consultation with me and my team to
got a big
discuss
mouth.
your real estate
I'll just
needs,
move it for you if
can
I
connect
notice.
with me
Yeah,
at
it feels like I'm not right.
bostonconnect.com
Is that better?
or 781-826-8000. Now, sit back, relax, take good notes, and let's talk real estate.
And good morning to all of our South Shore neighbors and beyond. You are listening to Talk Real Estate Roundtable. My name is Melissa Wallace, and if you didn't hear a second ago, I am live and in studio with Tracy Grady.
Good morning, South Shore.
Good morning.
Here we are.
Buckle up.
Buckle up, kids. Oh, a round of applause for me.
A round of applause. Thanks, Tim.
Thank you, Tim.
Of course, it's Tracy.
Yay! Here we are. I
We
think
never know what's going to happen.
was it last week? I was with Sharon last week, I think, and she had said like, "Oh, I was watching your show with Tracy, and you guys just like just go on, like you do a great, we just sort of talk. And then we're like, oh, okay, bye everyone.
Oh, geez, look at the time.
Oh wow, it's been an hour.
Wow, I got to feed the chickens, do my homework.
Yeah, wow.
Wow, that went by fast.
Yeah. So, so I sort of, I was like, oh, I have to remind her yesterday when I was at your broker open, which we'll talk about. And I was like, oh, what do you want to talk about? And then we were like, seriously,
we
come on, we can wait.
What aren't we going to talk about? Let's get that off.
We're going off of vibes today. So if you're into that, stay tuned.
Yeah, that's what we're going to get here. Just a week in the life of.
A week in the life of.
A week in the life of a real estate agent.
In case somebody hasn't caught one of your million shows you've done with me, why don't you reintroduce yourself to everybody?
So my name is Tracy Grady. I'm part of the Grady team. I do real estate here at Boston Connect Real Estate with my husband, Jim. We are a team together, husband and wife team. We do mostly the South Shore. We live in Hanover. We've been in Hanover now, well over 30. We're coming up on 37 years of marriage, and we've been in Hanover 36 of those. Yeah. So we know the South Shore.
Where'd you live for that 1 year?
Marshfield in a condo that Jim had bought. It was more like an apartment style condo over in Edgewood. If anybody's in Marshfield in Edgewood, like still living there. So we lived there for a year.
That's when you met? He lived there? Or
Yeah, he lived there when we met. So so it was kind of exciting back then. Brockton girl relocate to Marshfield. That was like, I know, city girl.
Yeah.
And then, you get out here to the country and you start talking about things like we had storage in Brockton. I never even thought about anything. So
having to
worry about anything like that. And then, becoming a real estate agent. Sure.
Yeah.
But so we do a lot of work here on the South Shore. We've done many condo projects. We do a lot of new construction.
Yes, you do.
Yes. My thing seems to, that my thing cut out there for a second.
Oh, no, I think you're good.
But perfect. So we do a lot of new construction. We have a lot of new construction projects right now, actually.
Yeah.
Mostly everything we have is new construction, with the exception of the 20 Acorn Lane, which we were all at yesterday.
Yes, we were.
Did a nice broker open house there yesterday with the help of Christina's Restaurant that came in with their charcuterie cart.
I mean, that thing is so stinking cute, and I just want to have parties every single day. And
I do
it
too.
There.
Yeah,
and I can't even eat cheese, and I was still able to find.
They were kosherons. They were kosherons.
Yeah, what is that?
Pickle.
Oh,
it's a pickle.
I was like, yeah, they were.
They were kosherons there. And that's what I said. I'm like, oh, a pickle. And Carrie's like, that's a kosheron. I'm like, oh,
my mind.
I have been corrected.
Oh my gosh.
Been corrected.
So
it is adorable.
Cute,
It is so cute. It's got little containers where it had some prosciutto and some pepperoni and then cheese and crackers. And then she had these little boards that you pull out, and then you can make your own little board, and you can go sit down with a little glass of wine, your little charcuterie board. And then they had their business cards on charcuterie boards.
On little charcuterie boards.
With the QR code on the back.
Yeah.
It was adorable.
I took a bunch of pictures. So if you follow Boston Connect Real Estate on social media, and I'll obviously tag the Grady team, and I'll tag Christina's restaurant here in Pembroke, which Tracy and I both work at. And
come see us.
And it's so, and you can rent it for
and like she had a whole bunch of different things. She even did it for a kids party. Yeah. They did little back to school things in the containers instead of food. They had pencils or erasers or little notepads.
Yeah,
which was adorable.
And they made
their own little goodie bag, and then they did ice cream.
I was gonna say ice cream toppings. I mean, so
it's adorable,
cute.
And it can go in the house or it could go outside. It has a big umbrella that goes over the top of it, so if you want it out by your pool or out on your patio, it's fantastic. I actually had it for a party a couple of weeks ago. I had a few the kids were home, and we had some of their friends over, and Carrie brought the Christina's brought over the charcuterie cart, and it was at the end of my island, and the kids loved it. Little kids got their little boards, and they'd go in and get their cheese and their crackers, and they thought it was adorable. It's perfect.
So
it was great.
It was a perfect thing to do for your broker open too. So a lot of the times, and we'll explain what a broker open is and how it's different from a regular public open house, but with the broker open, a lot of the times, you're asking other agents to come and see your listing, and you should feed them.
And you should feed them.
You should feed them.
Although I will say, and you should feed them, and usually it does bring in people like all of us. We used to have a woman when we were doing broker opens more often, and then I think when COVID came, everything kind of just changed a little bit. The whole market changed, and people started doing things differently. But we used to do broker open houses on Friday, and all the brokers would come in. We would have this one woman. She was an older woman, and she would come in to all of our broker open houses and just come and have lunch. She'd take a little go bag with her. I'd give her a sandwich and a little bag of chips to go with her, and take them. Like,
no way.
Have some here, and then take some when you go. And she was just happy as a lark. But
did she ever have a buyer for anything?
No,
okay.
no.
So she was ready for lunch every Friday.
She was doing lunch with us every Friday. So
okay,
she
so
did pretty well.
Explain what a broker open house is and how it's different from a regular public open house that people see.
A broker open house is for other agents to come in that may have a client that shows potential that might want to purchase it. So it's almost like a pre-showing for a broker. And I love them because then you can get honest opinions from brokers as to what they think. What would you change? Why wouldn't you bring a buyer in? Why would you bring your buyer in? So I love doing them just because it gives you a kind of like an honest opinion. Like sometimes when you're the seller's agent, you kind of have an opinion, and then you see it from somebody else's perspective, and you're like, oh yeah, now I see what you're talking about. Like, why you think so. It's been on the market for a couple of weeks, so I really wanted to get some feedback. And this kind of goes into timing too. We put this house on the market. We kind of rushed to market because they had an offer on something else, which did not come through. So we put the house on the market, which normally I would have waited till after Labor Day.
Yeah.
But we were trying to get it done for them so that they could get into their property that they had an offer on, but it didn't happen. So the timing can be a little different. So end of the summer, it's a beautiful family neighborhood, but kids are going back to school.
Yeah.
People are getting their last licks of the summer. Every year I do this, the Marshfield Fair catches me off guard every single year.
I actually went this year.
I know you went on rides.
Yes. And I will never do that again. I mean, I was on, it was called, oh my God, what's the Tom Cruise movie? Top Gun.
Oh, Top Gun.
So it was called Top Gun, and they have these two things, they swing back and forth, and then they go upside down, but then it like stops. So you're upside down looking at the Marshfield Fair. And you're just like, this is where it all ends.
This is not going to end well.
And Ethan and I love to go to Universal.
You go to Universal, and
but
they're a little more substantial.
They have a home there. They stay there.
That ride is installed there forever.
Yeah.
As opposed to like, pack it up, we're going somewhere else tomorrow.
Yeah, this area looks okay to set this up, And I think we did have fun, I will say, and everyone's been like, oh my gosh, but There was one thing that really bothered me at the Marshfield Fair.
And what was that?
And whatever, I can deal with crowds.
Yeah.
I can deal with the prices of things. Whatever, it's where we're at right now. But they had I don't particularly like zoos or like petting zoos or things like that. Unless it's like a sanctuary and things like that. Whatever. But they
A
had
butterfly
they
sanctuary.
had a little they had, or like when you rehabilitate the,
Yeah.
animals and stuff like that, like, okay, I can get behind that. But they had like a little petting zoo or whatever. And of course, we're walking by and I'm like, all right, I'll feed them.
Fine.
You get the little goats like, please.
Give me the pellets.
And then all of a sudden I'm like, what is that noise? They put the petting zoo right next to the chainsaw guy who does like
wood carvings.
And there was one, like, I don't know if it was a goat or whatever, because sometimes they're like, oh, this thing is from, someplace in, Africa that, it looked like a goat, shaking like a leaf. Shaking like a leaf. And I'm like, this is not. And then on the other side of the chainsaw were the Clydesdales.
Oh.
I'm like, was there nowhere else
you could have put the
entire
chainsaw
fair that you could put the chainsaw guy
Oh,
other than right next to all the animals?
Poor thing.
I mean, shaken like a leaf. I felt so horrible.
Oh God. And it doesn't even like thunder. I mean, thunder freaks her out. I can't even imagine those poor little animals.
Yeah, the chainsaw going. I'm like, what is that? So I like walked around the corner and I'm just like watching this chain, like very talented. I'll give him that.
Yep.
But I'm like, okay, who designed this?
Yep.
Because this is not cool.
We need to talk to the coordinator.
So I've been complaining about it ever since.
This has been on my mind.
And now I've said it on the radio. It has been on my mind. It just, some things just stay with you. And like, I'm all for animal activism and all this stuff, whatever. I'm not out there, I wish I could be, but to be there and just seeing this thing like in a little pen shaking like a leaf, like with the chainsaw behind it, it just was like awful.
You didn't hop the fence and hop in with the goat, did you? Like to like comment?
No, I just kept feeding it. It was like, oh, thank you for my food.
Thank you for my food. But could
It
you
was
cut that
awful.
chainsaw?
I'm sorry, it was awful. That was not cool in my eyes. But other than that, other than that, I had some fried dough. That was great.
Love me my fried dough for sure.
But no, we did have fun. I hadn't been there in a very long time.
Yeah, we haven't been in years since the kids were. I do have a great Marshfield Fair story because you know me, I think I'm like 20, 25. So I thought I'd go through the fun house. So I went.
Oh gosh.
It was Jim, myself, my niece Kelly and her husband and the kids. So I'm in the fun house and we're in the barrel roll.
Mhm.
So I'm thinking, now if you don't know me, I am 5'2" with heels on.
Yeah.
Maybe. I am in the barrel roll and I've got my hands in like four corners and I'm like, I'm
You
going
tried
over.
to do
I
it?
did, like a cartwheel. Like I'm trying to barrel roll over.
Did you make it?
I did not.
Does anyone make it?
The only one who saw me, thank God, was Brandon because he was the only one with me, right? And I made it all the way to like upside down, and all of a sudden my arm buckled and my face planted into the bottom. I come up and Jim's like, "What happened to you?" And I'm like, I tried to do a cartwheel in the barrel roll and my arm buckled and I just went into the bottom.
And Jim's
Black eye,
just so
cut,
used
everything.
to it.
It
He's
was
just like, oh
the
gosh.
kids were like,
Tracy's
"Oh,
at it again.
I wish I could have seen." Everybody was like, I wish he had videotaped it. I'm like, I could have won $10,000 on America's Funniest Videos because it was hilarious. And again, what possessed me to think that I could, do the, But yep, that was my last adventure at the Marshfield Fair, and I have not been back since I crashed in the fun house.
Oh my gosh.
Hilarious. But back into real estate in the Marshfield Fair, it definitely does catches you off guard because there's just a ton of people going that way and
ton of traffic.
Yeah,
so
again,
you want to
end
be
of summer.
aware.
Yeah. Traffic. And it was the end of summer. And the last 2 weeks, people going to the beach. It was beautiful weather on top of that. So I feel like we're just kind of getting started now marketing this home because now we're kind of back to normal. I think people are going to be, coming out, and if God, the interest rates go down a little bit, I think you're going to see a very big influx of buyers back in the market coming back out again. So, but we decided to do the broker yesterday just to try to, pump some life back into, get some people back in. We're going to do an open house there, a regular open house on Sunday from 11 to 1 at 20 Acorn Lane here in Pembroke. And it's a beautiful 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath colonial in a beautiful family neighborhood. So if you're in the market and you're looking or somebody, We're going to
Send
be
them
there.
along.
We actually had people walking in yesterday. One girl comes in and she's like, "Is this an open house?" And I'm
Yeah.
like, "Well,
Was she in the
yes."
one in the workout clothes?
Yeah, she's in
so
the
she was
workout
walking
clothes.
up when Kristen and I were walking up. She had like parked her car. She meant business when she was
Oh,
walking
yeah.
in. So we were like, oh,
Huh? Who's this? She's
Oh.
an agent. So I,
Yeah.
of course, approach her thinking she's an agent because
yeah.
usually these are just advertised to brokers. But in this case, I did put it out on Facebook and I said, all were welcome. We were going to have the charcuterie cart there. Please feel free to come in. But I really was
Yeah.
looking for brokers to come in to get opinions and feedback and things. So she comes in and she's like, "Is this an open house?" And I'm like, "Well, it is. It's a broker open house." I said, "But it's welcome. Everybody's welcome." And she was like, "Oh, I saw your balloons out by the street."
Yeah.
She's like, "So don't think your balloons don't work. I would have not even noticed that you were having them if I didn't see the balloons." I'm like, "There you go, people. Balloons work. Keep your eyes on the balloons."
Did she
that's where
live?
open house.
Did she live around there?
She lives in Pembroke, and they're
Okay.
looking to increase size. So she was at another open house in Kingston. Somebody was having an open house in Kingston, and on her way back, she came up Mountain Ave
Wow.
and saw the balloons on the corner of Acorn Lane, and she's like, "Well, I'll give it a whirl."
Well, yeah. I mean, that makes sense. Like, oh, I'm at another open house. I'm going home. Oh, whoop, there we go.
There we go.
I see some balloons.
I see some balloons, so I'm
That's
gonna
great.
might as well take a peek at this one. So, and I said, "Well, we're gonna be back here on Sunday if you'd like to come back and bring your husband and the kids.
Yeah,
We're gonna be here 11 to 1 on Sunday."
that would be
So
great.
hopefully she'll come back.
So are you glad that you did the broker open? You got some feedback?
I definitely did. I got some feedback. It's just a matter of, I think we all agreed yesterday that, sometimes you get a different perspective from other people. Like, maybe you want to change a few things around, freshen it up a little bit, like maybe move some furniture around
Yeah.
just to give it kind of like a fresh
Staging
look.
just makes a difference.
Yeah.
So, because everybody, a space could be intended for a dining room or it can be intended for an office, but it's how you put the furniture that really tells the story of the
Yes.
room.
Yep.
So, when things are like something beautiful, like a brick fireplace or
Yep.
something with a great mantle is
Yep.
being hidden,
Yep.
you're selling the mantle, you're not selling the desk that's in front
That's
of it.
correct. Yep.
So you want to make sure that you highlight the really great things about the home.
Right. And that's what, and that's why I needed to get some other perspectives because, we've already been in the house and we've already photographed the house and it's been done. But
Yeah.
looking at it through other agents' eyes is super helpful.
Yeah.
Because you sometimes can get blinders on, like, well, it's, and then, what they're willing to do, what they're willing, not every seller. I mean, we talked about this a couple of times. We just sold our neighbor's house
Mm-hmm.
and they were at that point that they're like, we're done. We don't really want to do
We don't need this big colonial
we don't
anymore.
need this big colonial anymore. And these people are in the same position where, they kind of need to figure out that home is your last real big investment.
Yeah.
That's your big, I call it the big nut. That's your money. That's what you have to make decisions for the rest of what you're going to do. I know we were talking about selling our house and going to Nashville, and our neighbors sold their house, and they were, we really don't want to do anything. I don't want to put any more money into this. If somebody wants to buy it, but you want to get them the most amount of money because this is really the last big piece of real estate they're going to sell.
Yeah.
So you try to get them the most without having to do a lot. But sometimes you have to, you're going to have to do a few things. And I think that was kind of what we determined yesterday. Like, I need to go back and say, okay, I think there's a few things that we can do that will improve the look and get people in. So that's where we're going to have that conversation.
Yeah.
Probably sometime this week.
I challenge you to go live tomorrow.
Oh.
At your open house.
Oh.
On Facebook.
I went live.
Yeah.
A couple of weeks ago with it. Yeah. I was
live.
live.
I challenge you to do it again.
I am going to do it again tomorrow. I am actually going to do it tomorrow.
Are you and Jim doing it together?
We are.
Okay.
Yeah. So I will
Jim
go.
hold the camera.
Have Jim hold the camera and follow me around the house. Yeah, I do love to. I was doing those live ones all the time, and then again, COVID stepped in, and you kind of forget what you were doing, and now you kind of get into a new norm. And now I'm like, how come I don't do live videos anymore? I need
back
to do
to
them.
basics. We all got to do it.
I am definitely doing a live video live from 20 Acorn Lane tomorrow.
Yeah, so if you want to see 20 Acorn Lane and see Tracy and Jim tomorrow
come
in
visit.
Pembroke.
We've also been talking. I'll get your opinion on this one. Just as Jim and I were talking about, the move to Nashville and us, getting our house ready because we have a few things we need to. Well, we discussed that.
Yes, we discussed the bathroom.
We discussed the bathroom. We discussed the trees in the foyer that need to be painted over. Like I'm painting this picture. So Taylor has a friend down in Nashville whose husband does TV producing and like home shows. So we were thinking like we should get him to produce us getting our house ready to go to Nashville and our move to Nashville, because I think there are a lot of people out there in our same position
Yeah.
that are getting their house ready to go
That'd be so
somewhere else.
fun.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
So we're gonna kind of look into that and see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and we have the dogwood trees that are hand painted
Mhm.
on the walls in the foyer.
Yes.
Which I know everybody's like, but I still have people come into the house that are like, oh my God, those are beautiful. That's so, I'm like, no, don't say that.
Don't say that.
Jim absolutely hates those trees.
He hates them? Has he
Hates
always?
them. I think so. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it was very unique when we first did it. It was fine. And I thought they were beautiful. I'm like, hand painted trees. It's $19.99. I need trees in my foyer. And we had a really interesting curator at the time. She
Mhm.
was very cutting edge. She had some great, I mean, she had some crazy fabrics that I had drapes made. Like, I know that everybody talks about it. There was a scalamandre, which was like the big.
What's a scalamandre?
That's a designer of fabrics. It's a brand
Oh,
name of fabrics, but it
wow.
was huge in like in the beginning of 2000.
Yeah.
They had like all these bright, splashy prints, and of course that went right
Oh
up my
my
alley.
gosh.
Oh yeah, like some of my drapes. I had black drapes up. And you have some crazy patterns. You had some like monkeys and urns and things.
Oh my gosh.
On pillowcase.
I
It was
want
on
to
a
go
pillow.
back in time. 1999 so I can see your house.
Yeah, it was crazy, crazy times. And the colors were nuts. I mean, my bathroom downstairs was purple. Purple. It was a purple bathroom. It was a purple bathroom when you were there before we wallpapered.
What was the front rim? Was it red before?
Red.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like
Yeah.
it was like brick red. Yeah. Yeah. Because God forbid this is another thing I think people do. Like you have these professional drapes made and you spend a ton of money on your
Yeah.
professional drapes. And I loved my drapes. And they had a tiny hint of brick red in them along with a green. And the builder at the time painted the room like this off green color. It was very unique for a builder to put a paint color in a big room
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
So we wanted to keep the drapes because God forbid we get rid of the drapes that we spent all the money on. And we picked like one of the minute colors in the drape and changed the color of the room. It looked great with the drapes, but it was a lot of red. It was a lot to cover when we decided to go
Yeah.
neutral.
Yeah.
It took a couple of coats of paint to
Wow.
get rid of that brick red. But it was funny.
Room by room, you've made some improvements.
We have room by room. We are making our improvements, and there's still a few things. We got to get our hardwood floors done. There's some outside stuff that needs to be done, gardening. So I mean, we have a whole list of things that we need to do,
Yeah.
and I just think it would be entertaining to follow somebody on their journey to, okay, we're done with this house that we love. It's our home. Our kids grew up there and everything, and now we're taking that next step. And I think there are a lot of people like us out there,
Mm-hmm.
like our
Mm-hmm.
family at 20 Acorn, my neighbors, Bill and Karen, that was they were like, we don't need this big house,
Yeah.
and we can't make any big decisions until we know how much money we're going to get for this house, because that's really where a bulk of our money is coming from.
Yeah.
So I think it's kind of fascinating, and I think there's a lot of baby boomers out there like
I
us.
think a lot of people would watch that.
I do too.
I
Yeah,
know you just want to be a star.
I do. I want to be a star. I've always wanted. Yeah.
Oh
Mhm.
gosh. Well, a lot of people move to Nashville to be, a musician star and everything, and
Yeah.
you're gonna move to Nashville to retire.
You're
You're
going
like,
to Nashville. And
yeah, I'm going to
retire.
retire. We want to go hang out and
Yep. I'm going to go down there, find myself a nice little daytime bartender job.
Yeah.
Probably sell real estate still. So
Jim
Yep.
will meet you,
Yep.
at 4 or 5 o'clock
Yeah.
when you're done, and you go
Go
have
downtown.
a cocktail.
Go have downtown. Hear a new band play.
Yeah, some dancing.
Be home. Do some line
Do
dancing
some
down there.
line dancing.
I
Be
would
home
love
by
to,
7, and
I would
snoozing.
love to do that. Yeah, be in bed by 7:30, 8 o'clock, and do it all over again
There
the
you
next day.
yeah.
Well, and the idea is like we don't want to buy a house down there that's like all done. We don't want to go in and be
Yeah.
like, yeah, I like the kitchen. It's a beautiful kitchen. They just put this kitchen in and it's lovely and I think it's beautiful. It's not my taste.
Yeah.
And I don't want to rip out a brand new kitchen and put my taste in. So I'd rather get a house that needs work, that we can go in and put our own
Yeah.
kitchen in. So, and
Yeah.
that's Jim thinks that's his part-time job. That's going to be his Nashville part-time job, is redoing our house that we're going to live in. So I'm like, well, that works for me. I mean, that's a great part-time job.
That's interesting
take
because didn't you say that there's a lot of new construction in Nashville?
There is a lot of new construction, but I feel like down in Nashville, it's more apartments and condos
Oh,
because
really?
I feel like it's more temporary living down there, like in the Nashville area.
Like if your dreams don't work out, then you can leave.
I think that's what it is. I mean, because they do say, and unfortunately, if you're playing on Broadway, and we've been to Broadway a number of times down in Nashville, and the talent down there is ridiculous.
Incredible.
4 stories. Each story has a band playing, and each band is as good as the next band. And then you have some individual singers who get up there, like some of the fiddle players. Like you're like, how is this person not on the radio? Like they're amazing. But unfortunately, the odds are if you're playing on Broadway, you're probably not going to make it big.
Really?
In the record business. Yeah.
Why?
It's like a whole different, like you get down there and then you almost box yourself into that
Yeah.
environment, and it's tough to break out of it. I mean, there have been obviously a number of people who have gone to Broadway and made it big, like Garth Brooks and people like that.
Yeah.
He started down on Broadway and he made it. But I guess it's really, I think there's so much
talent
now
that it's hard to stand out because everyone is excellent.
Everybody's great. Like you're sitting there, sometimes you'd be there at like 2:00 in the afternoon. We'd be downtown and I'd be like, oh my God, this person who's singing, their voice is amazing.
Yeah.
Like, how are they not on the radio? Like, you know, like people listen to the radio. How are they not on Spotify? How are they not on Pandora?
Yeah.
Like,
I listen to the radio.
I listen.
We're on the radio right now. Wait a minute.
Well, I do listen, kind of.
We hope someone's listening.
Hello.
Oh gosh. So that's
So-
interesting that it's
it's a lot
the
of-
real estate down there is more like temporary living.
And then everything else, then you start to go outside of Nashville and you're in like Leapers Fork or Franklin or Old Hickory or one of those towns. Then you're starting to get into some new construction. But I think we'd buy an older house.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
I could
one
see that.
level, older house.
You bought new
ranch.
construction before. Go back to the
We're going to go back to our first house. We completely did over from head to toe, like the
Mm.
whole thing. And then sold it. And I think Jim misses that. I think, you know,
Yeah.
he's ready
for a project.
He's so talented.
I have plenty of projects at my house. If
There
anybody,
you go. If anybody is looking for a project.
anybody's looking for a project. Oh, and speaking of my house, so this is a real estate show. So here's a story about being a homeowner and also owning 2 cats. So I got a text last night from Ethan. Oh, the cats are downstairs hunting something. I said, oh, okay, whatever. It's probably a mouse. Mouse in the house. Whatever. Things happen. That's
You're better than
life. That's part of home ownership. You'll have a mouse in your house. And when I got home, they were upstairs. They had, whatever, they had forgotten about it or something. So we were like, all right, nobody make a peep. Okay. Nobody say anything about the basement. And I get up at 3:00 this morning to go to the bathroom. And then I'm in the bathroom and I'm like, wow, that cricket is loud outside. I'm like, that cricket is so loud. And then I'm like, wait a minute. So I have a raised ranch. So I go down the stairs and I'm at the front door and I can hear the cricket behind me, not in front of me, in front of the door. So I turned and I go downstairs to the basement and the cricket is somewhere in the basement, the finished part of the basement. And it's just loud. It's so loud. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I go back upstairs and I wake Ethan up. I'm like, there's a cricket downstairs. And he's like, oh, really? Really? And I was like, yeah, there's a cricket. So I leave the room and I stand at the top of the stairs and I'm like, is he getting up? Like what? And so I go back. I go, there's a cricket downstairs. Yes.
Oh, thank you.
So loud.
I found it. It's in the studio here.
In my
What the heck?
basement. In my basement. And it's so loud. And so I go back. I'm like, are you going to get up? He goes, oh, I didn't know you wanted to get it. And I was like, yes.
So it's a loud cricket. Was it this loud? No.
So loud.
They're
I'm standing there and I'm
and
like,
when they're in the room with you, it
was in the room with me for sure.
It's like Tim's cricket right here.
So the problem is that I turned the light on when I went downstairs and then I didn't turn it off when I went back upstairs to get Ethan. So by the time we got downstairs, it's not making a peep. Okay. Because it's light in the room and it's not making a peep and everything. And so Ethan's like, are you sure there was a cricket? I go, yes, there was a cricket. So I'm like, I'm on the floor, looking underneath the furniture for the cricket. Meanwhile, I find Zoe curled up in a ball, sleeping on the couch downstairs. I'm like, you can't hear this? Yeah. You can't hear this cricket going off? This is what you were hunting earlier.
Zoe, go do your job.
Do your job.
Come on.
Yeah. So she is the hunter. Benny's still figuring out the concept. He doesn't really understand,
He's
but
more like a shadower. He like
he's
follows
more
her.
like, I have this feeling that I should be doing something.
She looks pretty
But
active.
yeah, she's the hunter, and I'm like, you are sleeping, curled up in a ball next to this cricket, going off, going crazy. So I think Ethan thinks I'm crazy because he's like, I don't hear a cricket or see a cricket. I'm like, fine, we'll just go back to bed. And so hopefully today I can find the cricket because I can't deal with that again.
No, it's loud. We had
It
one in
is
the office
so loud.
when I worked in Pembroke. We had one
Yes.
behind the heater,
There it is.
and it was so. I'm like, is anybody else hearing this? Like, what's going on?
Hello? Yeah, but I'm literally in the bathroom. I'm like, wow, that cricket's really loud outside. I'm like, wait a minute.
It's way closer.
It sounds like it's below me. So I went downstairs and there it is. Just so loud. I'm like, what is this? What?
I have two cats.
Coming from inside the house.
Yes.
Chirping is coming from within.
I was like, no, we gotta get rid of this thing. And it stopped because it was like light and I think it knew that we were gonna get it. And it was like, oh nope, we gotta hide.
Nope.
So it wasn't chirping this morning when I woke up to come to the radio show.
After
Bright
being
and
up
early.
at 3 o'clock in the morning,
Yeah,
looking
but-
for hunting cricket.
But of course I'm like laying in bed, I'm like, there's a cricket in here. I can't sleep.
You don't need to get
Even though I can't hear it from the
lights.
bedroom, I'm like, I know I need a headlamp.
You need a headlamp down there at night. Yeah.
But that's just the joys of being
Homeownership.
a homeowner. I thought we would have a mouse. We didn't have a mouse. We have a cricket. You just
I'd rather
never
have
know.
a cricket than have a
I
mouse.
would rather have a cricket. Well,
I guess the noise could get to you, but
the noise could drive you nuts.
I
if
say
you get
that every
locked in
time.
the
I'm
room
like,
with them.
I will scream like a girl and jump on your back if a mouse crosses my path. And I'm sorry, I have no control over my instincts, but it just happens. Yep.
Just happened. Yeah.
It just
The joys of
happens.
being a homeowner. And we
Uh,
have a million stories just like that.
Oh, yeah. That's why I allow the snake
Mm.
to live in our front yard.
What?
We have a snake that lives in the rock garden, Jerry. And I've allowed Jerry to live there
Rent-free?
rent-free
Oh,
because
gosh.
I think I've not seen a mouse in our house
Oh,
ever or even anything. So I think Jerry takes
so
care
he's
of
well fed.
I think Jerry takes care of the mice.
Well, that's great.
So we have
And
an
you just
agreement.
stay away from that part.
We just don't see each other ever. Like if I see Jerry outside, I'm out. I'm like in the backyard. Like I know where Jerry is. He's out near the rock garden. I'm fine with him being there. Do not come into my neck of the woods. If you come into
Yeah.
my neck of the woods, I will have Jim run you over with the because I cannot be like I can't look at it petrified. of
Yeah.
snakes. But I do allow Jerry to live in the yard.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it's
There
big
we
of me.
go.
And I have no mice, so we're
You-
getting
yeah.
along just fine right now. Jerry
So
and
that's
I.
good.
Yep.
Jerry's well fed and he gets to live in a rock
Yeah,
garden
I
for
see
free.
his little skin though. Their skin comes off
Yeah.
like when they crawl between rocks, the skin comes
Oh.
off. So I know how long Jerry is because I'm like, "Ugh," I can see where he shed his
Oh,
skin.
gosh,
Yeah, it's,
no.
Yep. And I love to garden, but that's like the one thing. I will run into traffic before I will let that snake be anywhere
Oh
near
my
me. I would
gosh,
run
that's
into
so
traffic.
funny.
So.
All right. So tell us what else is going on with the Grady team this week.
Well, let's see what's going on. Well, again, we have lots of new construction. We're closing on Sharon and Mary and Jim and I did a wonderful deal together
Yeah.
for Sharon's niece who just got married.
Just got married last
Oh
weekend.
my God, her pictures were spectacular.
Yeah.
Absolutely spectacular. So they are purchasing one of the new construction homes that we have in Hanson over on Elm Place.
Yeah.
And we have another one that is just right behind it that's getting ready to go on the market in a couple of weeks. You really should come check these out. They're beautiful homes.
Yeah.
Yep. Jay Kennedy is doing the building. Kennedy Built. And he just does a great job. I mean, for
Yeah.
a starter home, which I know 800,000, 900,000 doesn't
It's a
seem like a
pretty
starter
nice
home,
starter home.
but it's a beautiful, 4-bedroom, 2.5 baths. And some of the woodwork that he puts in is spectacular. His kitchens are over the top, beautiful.
Yeah.
Coffered ceilings in the dining room with wainscoting, and I mean, he really does a beautiful job. It's a great package. It's on a lovely little side street,
Mm-hmm.
but it's close to everything. It's close to Shaw's. It's close to CVS, but it feels like you're in the country. So
Yeah.
if you're in the line for new construction, we have a lot of new construction. Then we have Ohana
Yeah.
Ohana Way
Ohana Way.
over in Carver.
Yeah.
Yep. We've been showing a couple of houses out there. Bob Goslin, KG Development, is building 3 new houses over there. 2 of them have already sold, and there are 3 out there, 3 great lots. He's doing a first floor primary. So if anybody's out there that's
Yeah.
looking to to change from
Carver.
what you are in Carver, Ohana Way, which means family. I did not know
Ohana.
that.
Yes.
Ohana means
You didn't
family.
know
I did not. No,
What?
I didn't until Bob told me.
Oh, I thought that was like a known thing.
No, his son actually has the word tattooed on his leg. And Bob's like, hey, what's that mean? He's like, it means family. He's like, that's what I'm going to name my neighborhood.
Yeah.
Family Way. Ohana
Oh, I
Way.
love that.
I do too. I think it's
Yeah.
great.
That's
So,
awesome.
yeah, and he's a wonderful builder as well. He builds custom. So I have 2 different builders going on. I
Yeah.
have one that builds more towards spec, which we'll build it and somebody will come and we'll fall in love with it and buy it. And then we have Bob, who is more like a custom builder, who's
Yeah.
like, I want you to tell me
What you want. And I'll
that's-
make it
and
happen
I will
for
make
you.
it happen. So it's great. So it depends on what you want. If you're not that type of person who has vision,
Mhm.
that's another thing Jim and I talk about all the time.
Mhm.
Jim has a vision. Like he can
Mhm.
look at a space and know exactly what it should look like and what have you. And then there are just some people that don't have vision, which kind of goes back to the staging thing.
Mhm.
Like sometimes you have to lay it out for people so that they can see it. And some
Yeah.
people don't like to pick out stuff. Some people I hate picking out colors. Just tell me
Yeah.
you
I
want.
don't know what looks good together.
Yep. I don't know what I like. One of Colin's best friends, they just redid their whole house, and Jim and I met her at Ace Hardware,
Yeah.
and we picked out all of her colors for her. I said, "Well, what?" She's like, "No, you don't understand. I don't care. I just want you to tell me what I should have."
Well, that's great.
And I was like, "Okay, well, you have A or B. A, C or D. C." So she just whatever. I gave her 2 choices. I didn't give her like a lot to pick from,
Yeah.
and she was like, "Perfect. That's what I want." And
It's overwhelming. I remember choosing paint colors for my house when I bought it because I wanted to paint everything, and even like I have one room in my house that has carpet, and I wanted to replace the carpet. Even picking out the carpet, I was like, "Well, what do you think?" I'm like asking everybody. I'm like, "Well,
what do you think?
what kind of what? Well, is it a high traffic area?" I asked a guy who was helping me. I'm like, "What do you think?" He's like, "Well, is it a high traffic area?" I go, "I haven't moved in yet."
I
So
don't know.
know.
But yeah, I'm going to
not
say
sure.
probably.
And we spend most of our time in there.
There you go.
But yeah, no, it's a
Some
lot of
people-
decisions.
It is. When you start going at people like with kitchen choices and how you want it laid out and backsplashes and tops and colors, and if you're not that kind of person, you are probably more of a spec house. Like go look at new construction that's pretty much done. I mean, you can pick out a few things here and there. I mean, he's always more than willing to change a paint color or something to make it work. So, so we have that going on this week, and then I think we're gonna do an open house at Ohana probably the following weekend. Yeah, because he does have a house there that you can come in and look at. It's already sold, but you can kind of get an idea of what his style is like and what the quality of the build is.
Well, be aware of King Richard's Fair with Carver.
Here we go.
There you go. We just talked about the Marshfield Fair with Marshfield.
People die at the fair. Yep.
But,
no. It's from a movie.
Oh,
It's
okay.
from a
I was
movie.
like,
A Million Ways to Die in the West. And they go
Oh.
to the fair, and every year they go to the fair. They're like, people die at the fair.
oh, is that the Seth?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that movie is funny.
Top 5
Well,
movies
people-
of mine.
people
I've
die at the
watched
fair.
People Die at the Fair. Yeah, every year the people die at the fair. It's like a bull comes through and takes the guy out.
If you like silly humor, like what's that movie that I just saw with Liam Neeson?
Naked Gun.
Naked Guy. Like if
Yeah.
you just like,
If you like silly
humor,
I
you
can't
gotta
believe
watch
that movie didn't do well because I thought that was one of the funniest movies.
A Million Ways to Die. in
I
the
thought it
West.
was one of
Oh
the
my
funniest
gosh,
movies, and
yeah.
it didn't do great at the box office at the time, but I think it's probably done
it-
well in release. But man, that movie makes me laugh, and that's like one of my
People
favorite.
die at the
People die
fair.
at the fair because it's. And then the other one was about the picture, like how do you smile in a picture? Because it takes so long to take a picture, like to develop a picture. It took like 5-10 minutes. Like, why do people smile in pictures? How do they smile that long for like that long?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a movie I'm gonna watch this weekend again.
It's
so funny.
Hilarious, funny. That's what it was saying.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
King Richard's Fair. Yeah, I always
be aware
forget
of
about that. Yep, never been.
well, now it's at Edaville.
Oh,
Yeah, it's not where it was before, so I don't know where Ohana
yeah,
is
it's-
proximity-wise
you
to
go.
Edaville,
Yeah,
but
it's kind of close to Edaville.
Yeah.
yeah, it's close to Edaville.
so Edaville, yeah, that's where King
Is it the
Richard's
whole
Fair
month
is.
of October?
Part of September. It's
Sep-
already started.
Oh, it's already started.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
already
okay.
started.
I think it wraps up Columbus Day.
Columbus Day
Okay,
weekend.
so
So
mid-October.
mid-October-ish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Keep that in
So
mind.
keep that in mind.
Keep
in your
that in
back
mind.
pocket. See,
See, there you
and
go.
now football's back.
Yep, and football's back.
See, these are all factors that
Yeah, you don't think
that
I
affect
remember
real estate.
when we were
and you
doing the
think that it
condos.
does.
Oh my God, when we were doing condos, because obviously, we had 9 or 13 or 14 units to sell. So
Mhm.
it took a while. So we were doing open houses every single
yeah.
weekend, Saturday, Sunday. We were there from noon to 3. But on the weekends, that was the Patriots game. So I got to go
Patriots play
early.
at 1.
Yep, Patriots play at 1. So I can't do an open house. I need to do my open house from 10 to noon
Yeah.
because I'm not going to get anybody out there after 1 o'clock because they'll all
Yeah.
be watching the Patriots.
Yeah.
So you actually do have to factor in what's going on in your environment when you're trying to plan your open houses, because you don't want to put your house on the market when you're competing against something
Yeah.
like that.
And it's crazy to think that those factors, those different
Yeah.
things, have an effect on real estate, but they actually do. I mean, we say all the time that spring market starts the Monday after Super Bowl Sunday
Correct.
because it does.
It
Like,
does, because people stop watching football.
people start watching football. They're like, oh, yeah, let's buy a house.
Let's buy a house. We
And-
should really think about buying our house now because football's over.
Yeah, but it really does.
It really does. It's not even.
And now I'm with a sports fanatic, so I get it. I know I'm in their brain. I
You
get it.
know where you're going to be Sunday afternoon at
Yeah.
1 o'clock.
Well, the Patriots play tomorrow, and we were talking about something. He was he's gonna get together actually with David from the restaurant. They're gonna play some baseball today. He's like, yeah, so it'll be Saturday, and I was like, oh, what about Sunday? He goes, I'm not available on Sunday. I go, okay. I go, what are you doing Sunday? He's like, the Patriots are on. I'm like, okay, but then
I got a game to watch.
yeah, he's like, I'm not available on Sunday. I'm like,
Okay. All right, buddy.
because he was like, oh, if he can't do Saturday, we'll do the following week. And I'm like, well, what about Sunday? I'm not available. I'm like, okay. But he watches every single he watches every single game. So it's like, you're not even just a Patriots fan, you're just a football fan.
Yeah.
Like every sport.
Yeah.
He does the red zone. I don't know.
Oh,
Red
yeah.
zone,
No.
is that what it is? Where you
Oh,
watch
he's got four games going on.
Oh, he's got 4 games
Yeah.
going on at once.
Crazy.
And I was like, yeah, he's
Or like a pick and a pick and a
well,
pick.
he's also a part of like 5 or 6 leagues. So like he's
so
into it.
how does
So-
he keep track of all of his? Like,
I'm not
I don't even don't really understand fantasy football. I kind of get it. I understand that they put a team together, but trying to track
Mhm.
more than one fantasy team,
Yeah.
just no.
Well,
He is a numbers guy, though.
he is a numbers guy.
So I get that.
He
I get
and he loves to build a team.
Yeah.
Not just off of talent, but off of the money aspect of it. So he's like, okay, we can afford this, but so it's like that. But and he does it with baseball too. And everybody asks him, oh, what do you think? What do you think about this? And what do you think about this? And he's like, oh, well, this, and he just rambles
Oh,
off. And I'm like,
man, I
that's
gotta
my
start.
man.
I gotta start reaching out to Ethan.
Oh yes, everyone should. But what was I gonna say about
Football, we were talking about scheduling.
schedule? Yeah, but it truly does affect.
It does. It impacts.
It
truly
impacts real estate.
Yep.
Traffic. You don't necessarily want to be doing an open house in a high traffic area at prime time. So Ginny Wandell actually had a listing. She's a full-time realtor here at Boston Connect Real Estate. She had a listing in Weymouth, a condo in Weymouth. She came to me one day and she's like, do you think I should do a commuter open house? I said, no. She's like,
And no.
why? And I'm like, because Weymouth is a commuter town. You are right near 18. Sometimes it is a parking lot out
Mhm.
there. I said, I don't think that you want to highlight the fact that there's a lot of traffic
Traffic.
there. Anybody who's from the area knows that there's going to be a lot of traffic.
Correct.
But and sometimes that doesn't bother people, but sometimes it does. And you're like,
You don't want to highlight
oh,
that
yeah.
to be your highlight of, wow, I waited like 15 minutes
I
to
said,
take a left.
no.
Don't do it.
Mm.
Don't highlight the negative.
So, so going back to the Marshfield Fair and, sitting in that traffic this year, you think, I don't think I'd want to go to an open house during this time. Like people would
No.
avoid it. I think that's the issue. So it's not that you're highlighting that there's traffic there. It's that people want to avoid that at that certain time.
Correct.
So why put people through that?
Yeah. Just don't know. I agree.
So,
yeah,
that's my suggestion for Ohana.
that is a really good thought process because I didn't even think about King Richard's Fair, which I've never been to.
So do a broker open house. Oh, you've never been to
I've never been.
I like King Richard's Fair. It has gotten very pricey in my opinion. But now it's in a totally different
Oh,
location.
it's in Edaville now.
So it's a vibe.
Oh,
So I think I'll go one more time just to like see the new vibe. But like instead of being in the woods and all like whimsical, it is like they have a paved brick road and like buildings and stuff. So it's a little bit
so
different.
it's King Richard's Fair 100 years later
Yes.
with updated stuff,
Yeah.
cell phones. And
Yeah.
one of
So-
Jim's favorite stories ever, when we had our boat down in Plymouth, we were going to the store. We're at the convenience store, and this pilgrim gets out of his car. He's all dressed up like a pilgrim. And he
Oh.
gets out of the car, grabs a case of beer, and goes out to his trunk of his car, smoking a cigarette. And he's had his case of beer in the car, and Jim's like, that's just so wrong.
Yeah.
Because he's still all in his
Was
pilgrim
it at
garb.
least beer from Mayflower Brewing?
I believe it was. I think
Oh,
it
there
was.
you
So
go.
the man was supporting. He
Yeah.
was supporting the
costume, I
Plymouth
love it.
cause, but it
Yes.
was hilarious because he's just out there with his brimmed hat on and
Yeah.
all of his pilgrim
Yeah.
garb on, but he's driving his truck and cracking a beer.
I remember one time I was driving through Brockton and there was a woman in a van next to me and she was dressed as Mrs. Claus, like going, like I think she was going to the mall to have the pictures, you know,
Yep.
like she was going somewhere
She was a professional.
where she was a
Mrs. Claus.
professional. And I'm like, there's something not right with this.
This Mrs. Claus is in the car next to me.
She's driving a minivan next to me in Brockton. Something not right here. But it was so funny. I'm like, I'm glad that I'm not a little kid. And I was like, wait a minute.
Wait a minute. That's not
That's
right.
not right. Yeah.
That's
So,
not right. Yeah, so that's what we've got. Yeah, new construction. The second house on Elm Place should be coming on the market probably in the next week or so.
very nice.
We tend to put those on, and then if you want to come in and see it now and check it out, there's going to be 2 other houses going there as well. So it's going to be 4 houses altogether. So, but lucky the new McKennas. I've got the first
Yeah.
one on Elm Place, so
Yeah.
so excited for them.
yeah.
So excited for them.
That's so
So yep.
great.
So we're closing
Good
on
for
that
them.
this week. So I'm so happy for them.
What an
Yep.
exciting time.
It's such an exciting time for them.
Yeah.
So yeah, that'll be good. So that's what we kind of have going on right now. We closed on our first mobile home.
Yeah.
This
So the
week.
last time you were on the show with me, you talked about this is sort of your first mobile
Yeah,
home
First
experience.
mobile home experience.
So how did it go for you?
It went great. It's perfect. And actually, I did the walkthrough with her on Monday this week. I met her out there and we did the walkthrough because I hadn't seen it yet. And what a lovely home. It was it was perfect for her.
Yeah.
Prime, everything on one level, 2 baths, 2 bedrooms. The kitchen was huge. I could not get over the size of it.
Yeah.
It was actually, and even she said, this might be a little too big for me, but it's all on one level. So why
Yeah.
not?
Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was perfect. I had a little trouble finding it, to be honest with you.
Really?
I think I had in my mind where I thought it was.
Oh.
And then when I got out there, I'm
Was
like,
it in High Pond?
yes.
Yeah.
High Pond, out near Johnny Macaroni.
Yeah,
Out that.
yeah.
I got lost there at that
Oh,
intersection.
okay.
I went the wrong way and it looped me back around.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
where
You gotta
am
go
I-
around the bend.
Yes.
Yeah.
But my GPS did not tell me to go around the bend. Take a left.
Oh,
Oh, no, it said take a right. I'm like,
yeah.
think
It's
I
not
wanna go
really a
right.
right. Yeah, it's not like really a right. It's a weird right there.
yeah, it's not really a left and it's not really a right. It's really straight.
Yeah.
And then you take
It
the
is.
right.
Yeah, it is straight.
It was very hard
Yeah.
to find, but I did finally get there and had a great walkthrough. She is over the moon happy. So she is slowly getting out of her house
Mhm.
and moving into her new location. So
Very nice.
very happy for her. Yep. So yeah, it's been a busy time
It's
for
been
us
a
here.
busy time. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, good.
Yeah, I'm very happy.
Yeah.
Happy.
In new construction, you're setting yourself up for a great end of the year,
Yep.
beginning of the year. So it's
yep,
great.
Yep. We just need some buyers. Come on out to our new construction
Come
homes.
on
Come
out.
check them out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we'll be there. We can get you in anytime. I always say that to people. I'm like,
Mhm.
just call us, especially the Hanson houses. I don't think people understand. They're like, is there any way we can see it? I'm like, I literally live
Yeah.
3.5 minutes.
Yeah.
I could walk.
Of course.
I could walk there. And
Um,
I'd be
yeah,
happy to.
3.5 minutes. So it's a couple miles. So I'll meet you there in a half hour.
Yeah, I'll be
I
there.
walk there.
Yeah. If I walk in. So
Yeah.
I'll meet you there in a half an hour.
Get my steps in for
I
the
actually
day.
had an agent last weekend call too to see 20 Acorn. He's like, I know it's Labor Day weekend, but is there any chance that we could get in? And I'm like, yeah, it's what I do.
Yeah.
I'm a real
Well,
estate
some people
agent.
go
so
away for Labor
some
Day
people
weekend.
go away, which was very nice that he asked that. But I'm like, yeah, no, I'd be happy to show it to you. That's why we're
But then in the back of my head, I'd be like, where have you been the past 2 weeks?
yeah, like hello, we've been
But
here.
you know what? Buyers come into the market every single day.
That's
so, there's people
die at the
right now, currently in this exact moment that are getting pre-approved.
And that's what I say. That's like my given, like new buyers come
New
on the
buyers
market
every day.
every single day.
Yeah,
So,
well, just like there's a new listing on the market every single day, there's a new buyer that enters the market too.
correct. So don't get down if your
Don't
house has
get
been
down.
sitting for a little bit because, it's the nature of the market, I think, right
Yeah.
now. And hopefully the rates come down a little bit, which does seem to be in the works. And I think then you're gonna have another little buyer frenzy because the buyers are gonna come back out again if the rates go down because they're gonna want to jump on that.
Yeah.
So if you're in the market, start looking now. Yeah.
How can people get in touch with you if they want to see any of your new construction?
You can reach me at 617-620-8484 or Tracy, Tracy, at bostonconnect.com or Jim at 617-842-4019 or Jim at bostonconnect.com.
We do have a couple of open houses this weekend. So Cushing Trails in Hanson, which is Sharon and Mary's listing, new construction over there, 10 to 12 today and tomorrow. Cochise Estates this weekend is in West Bridgewater. Sharon and Mary's listing, new construction development over there, is back to 10 to 2 this weekend.
10 to 2.
Saturday and Sunday they were doing 10 to 12 because they had incorporated a Wednesday night.
Nice.
But now it's back to Saturday and Sunday,
It's
10
fall.
to 2.
It's the fall. Summer's over.
Matt Mahoney has an open house today, 575 First Parish Road in Situate. That has a brand new price of $875. He's going to be there today from 10 to 12. The Grady team has 20 Acorn Lane in Pembroke. That is on for $899.9, and they are going to be there tomorrow, 11 to 1.
Perfect.
Final real estate thoughts.
I hope it stays busy. It's been really busy, and I think a lot of people again hoping for the interest rate to come down. Let's fight for that, and definitely going to do a live video tomorrow from
Yes, you are.
I have been challenged, and I am going to meet the challenge.
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
Well, also you have a raffle that you did at your broker open house yesterday, so you'll be pulling that winner tomorrow.
I will be pulling that winner tomorrow at the open house from 11 to 1. So stay tuned for that. Or if you want to sneak in and drop off a business card, I'm happy to throw you into the mix.
Oh my gosh!
I'm happy to throw you into the mix tomorrow from 11 to 1 and see what we got. But we have a $50 gift card to Christina's restaurant. So.
Yeah. So you can visit Tracy there as well.
Yeah, you can visit me at the bar or Melissa in the dining room. Usually catch one of us there.
Yeah, one of us is usually.
And we're not usually there together, which is very strange.
We used to be in the beginning when you worked Saturdays because I work weekends and you work
during the week. So
there
we
we
don't
are.
get to see each other. But I am working a couple of shifts coming up. So I'm coming in for Fridays. And so.
Oh, are you working for Karen next Friday?
I am.
Perfect. So you have many opportunities to see us everywhere at any of our open houses or at the restaurant.
Correct.
So thank you so much for listening, everybody. And thank you, Tracy, for joining me.
I'm
sure you'll be back soon.
I'm sure I will be back
thanks,
soon.
Tim. We appreciate you.
Thank you, Tim.
Bye, everybody. Have a great day.